Hello and welcome to another day in the Milky Way, everyone. Thank you for coming. I got the crowd in the back doing a little bit of howling. You know, who says I don't go to the dogs, right? Anyway, I hope you're all going to enjoy this. We're gonna be continuing on, and I am live tonight. Live. So it's off the cuff, no rehearsing, just go, jump right in. Okay, enough. I'm already on. You gotta love the dogs. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you. Tonight, we're gonna jump right into Blavatsky. H.P. Blavatsky, out of this book here, Isis Unveiled. Now, I have volume 1. We've done a lot of reading out of there. And tonight we're going to do some catch up on volume 2. So with that, I've picked out some really cool spots in here. We're on our trip this month and into next, all the way up to Easter, about the fiction of Jesus, fiction of religion. Is it fiction or is it not? I just don't know. We are on a path to find out what it is. What do you believe? What do I believe? It's not so much what I believe. It's what I need to find for information. I would love to have good, solid facts. I just had a conversation that would make YouTube headlines with a person, and we were talking about, this structure on the moon, and if we are not living in a trap, a prison trap, our souls are actually beings from other planets sent here to live out in human bodies for eternity. And every time you die, you get sucked back into the light, just like a bug zapper, sucked back into the machine, your mind wiped, and you spit right back out here. Now, would we know it? Nope, because our mind has been wiped. And could it be possible? Well, how many of us have been to the moon? And we do know there must be some structures up there. So could it be? You tell me. What's your thoughts on it, everyone? And if that's the way it is, well, we're just living a cycle that goes over and over and makes more sense, that we have reincarnated lives. We have that vision of the light. It's that attraction that we just can't get around. I don't know if you ever read the Alien Interview. That's a good one that does that. But I think this subject has merit. I mean, we're living in a circular cycle that keeps putting us back here. And some alien race has set up this thing that cycles us from down here up there and then puts us back right here. We never get to escape. Now, if I'm wrong, well, I'm wrong, but that's just my opinion. That's where it seems to be leading me. I don't know all about you, but here you go. But thank you all for coming. I see everybody in the chat room. Thank you for being here and taking your precious time. Hey, and there is Scotty Boy. I hope you're feeling better, and at least you're in the chat. I know you're still alive. Good for you. And Chloe's here. Thank you, Chloe. You're such a sweetheart. I got to get you on here, and we can have a good, long discussion about something. I know it. Susie Q, how's those grandkids doing? Anyway, Max Vision, thank you for coming. Remember to go over there and check out Max's channel where we do some remote viewing over there. I get to participate too. So, it's always a good thing, because when you participate, it sharpens the mind. That's what it does. And Elderberry's in the house. How's your chickens and turkeys doing? I hope they're doing well. We still got snow here, things like that. It's crazy. I got out there. My chickens are starting to lay some pretty good eggs. So good for me, and hope you our ears are doing well too. Pa Joe is in the house. He says, I think we're in the spin cycle. Yes, that is for sure. Um, anyway, back to what I was saying is are we in that loop de loop? Was this religion thing fed to us as a means of control? Did you know that every single person on earth has a different frequency? Vibrates just a little bit different than the other person. Wouldn't that be a great tracking mechanism for when you die, that they know where to go to suck you up back into the machine? Suck you up, wipe your memory, and then spit you right back out with, and you wouldn't know the difference now. If you've never read or even listened to, I have the audiobook, but The Journey of Souls, go find that book, Journey of Souls. Now, I know Wayne has read that on his channel. Very good book. Check it out, Journey of Souls. Ah, yes. Anyway, and let's see who else is here. Elderberry, Chloe, Susie Q. I don't think I missed anybody else, but thank you all for joining me tonight. And tonight we're going to get right back into this religion thing. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it just in our minds? I have to beg to wonder the difference, because I just can't get it through my head if it's real or not. Are the religion is a control mechanism? They use fear and guilt and all these other things to manipulate you into doing things you might not otherwise do. You might not even believe in the religion, the spiritual side of it either, if you are so intimidated, but you go along with the see, that's the thing. You go along to get along. How many I'm one of those. I go along to get along. And our niceness, being nice, is sometimes not the best thing. I think sometimes we got to say no. No, just say no. Because we're sometimes just too nice. I mean, I know a lot of us here are probably really nice people. And if somebody does something, you just let it roll off your back, and you just turn the other, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna fall for that. I'm gonna ignore it. And are you ignoring it, or are you just being run over? Don't be run over. Take control of your life. Learn to say no. I'm a good one. I stress that to myself all the time. Learn to say no. Oh, yes. Yes. Chloe, I bet you're one of those people. I'm too nice. Yes, exactly. And Scotty boy, I can believe you're a button pusher. I can imagine. I don't know you personally, but I can imagine that when people come around, you probably say things just to irritate them, to get a good laugh out of them. That's the kind of person I think you would be. Am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe I am. I'm kind of like that too. Just say the truth. People don't like it. Gets under their skin. Ah, yes. Anyway, so tonight, let's see. Oh, yeah, elderberry. Elderberry's got something low. Everyone tells me my turkeys look like show perfect. Wow. They're spoiled rotten. The chicks are hiding the eggs from me. Mama hen didn't like me stealing the brood. Well, it is spring. You got to let some of those chicks hatch out. I've been trying to hatch out mine, but I don't have a rooster. I need a rooster. All those chickens I got, yeah. And there you go. Scotty Boy says, dead on. Exactly. Yeah, see, I knew it. I knew that's the kind of person you'd be like, just find that little thing, get under their skin, and set them people off, and then just chuckle in the background. Yeah. Yes. I'm a little bit like that too. Have you ever met me in real life? Yeah. But I'm also that kind of person that doesn't like to say no. I'm a yes person. I really gotta concentrate on saying no. And then we have Michelle Can Free sending you all love. Thank you for coming. And thank you, Michelle, our love child out there. She's all about spreading the love. If you want a big hug virtually, just get a hold of her. She'll give you a bunch and send you much wishes of love and happiness. She's always that way. I don't know how many times I've needed a good thought in my head, and she comes across and says, "Much love, Milky Way, much love." There you go. Anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyhow, okay. So tonight I got some things picked out. Remember, we're going to be looking into this book, Isis Unveiled, the lady in the background that you can't see because I'm covering her fat face. And we're going to pick up with some of these things all around the narrative of what about religion? Was a Jesus thing? And I got a bunch of things. So I got some things, secret doctrine taught by Jesus. Or the Christus and Sophia. I'm just reading the things I picked out. True meaning of nirvana. Who wants nirvana? It's like a utopia. Why don't utopias work out? Can anybody tell me why a utopia doesn't work out? It's the same way as the Matrix described it. People would not be happy. At least I don't think they'd be happy. I know if everything was just given to me too easy, I don't think I'd be happy either. I want to strive and look like I'm going ahead. I want to have some meaning in life. If everything was too easy and I could just push a button and my food would show up, and after a while I would just get lazy. It was kind of like that movie WALL-E. Who's watched WALL-E? Yes, WALL-E. You watched WALL-E? Okay. Well, anyway, what were all those people? They were lazy. They were sitting on a big their bench or whatever it was, little bed, and being rolled around and taken care of by the robots. We're all big fat people. Now, I ain't picking on big fat people, though. I am picking on big fat people. If you are that fat and some robot has to come up and take care of your ass, well, maybe you better get out of bed and do a little exercise. Anyway. Yeah, I wonder if she had CIA ties. I don't know, Max. I don't know. Yes, I don't know. That I don't know. I haven't researched that much, but I have looked in. We got a couple of these shows in tonight. We got original origin. Oh, I better not. I keep putting the book on the computer and it keeps messing up. Hopefully it doesn't. Gnostics and the Nazarene system. I had one in here that I had marked. Secret doctrine taught by Jesus. Oh, yeah. Jesus never claimed to be God. I think I should start there. What you say? Let's see. And Sophia Rasmussen, thank you. Yeah, Blavatsky is so interesting. She was quite the woman. She studied she wanted to be a studier and religion and things like that, and the mystic arts, and she couldn't really do it here. So as a woman back in the 1800s, she traveled all over the world and a lot in India. And I think India was like this untapped zone for, where the mystics still lived, because I think like with the Druids in England, they were wiped out. And they were being wiped out everywhere. Anybody that had any sort of knowledge besides what the church was giving them was either, smothered or wiped out of existence. And, she went around and studied all of this and learned all these things and then wrote books on it. And, for being a woman back in the day, that was quite an accomplishment. She was in the Theosophical Society, and and like Max said, she might have been in the CIA. You know what I'm saying? She wrote a ton of these books. The Keys to Theosophy, The Voice of the Silence, Secret Doctrine, Wisdom in Action, The Drawing of Wisdom, Meditation, and Self. Okay, she studied the yogis. That she did. Um, let's see, anything else on this? She did the analyst of religious beliefs in general, uh, directed against theological Christianity. She was the chief opponent of free with Christianity was a chief opponent of free thought. Go figure. Now, anybody who's been in a church or in a Christianity has known that when you ask a question, they say you just got to have faith and believe. Just have faith and believe that there was God created everything. Just have faith and believe, people. All right. Anyway, according to Rudolf Steiner, she was used to bring forward information. Oh, yeah, that's a good. I'm going to post this up there. According to Rudolf Steiner, she was used for bringing forward information that wasn't meant to be brought forward yet. So there you go. And let's see. And Max says, I met Jesus downtown. He said he was the face on the Shroud of Turin. Wow. Now, good for you. And there's Witchy Moon. Hey, Witchy Moon. See how I love doing a live show. If I since I don't have to work tomorrow, I am, let's see, since I don't have to work tomorrow, I am enjoying my time spent with yous, and I can stay up a little later. So I'm not so tired. I did take a little rest. Elderberry says, I met Jesus one day when I was younger, but he was Mexican. Go figure. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Jesus, there you go. We're never truly ready for evolution. Oh, yes, exactly. Oh, man, Sophia, you are so right. Are we ever truly ready for evolution? Just look around you. And here's the thing. Now, how should I put this? Are we ready for evolution? I think we're ready for evolution, but not ascension. Because look at our society. Most people are violent. And the ones that aren't violent would be violent in a heartbeat if you took away their food or their comfort. How many people have you ever seen in a restaurant that didn't get the right food order and they get really pissed at the waitress, or they walk out, or you hear about these things. And there's Lucky Stone. Lucky Stone, thank you for coming on. There you go. Hey, Lucky. Grace and favor and peace to you all. But that's the thing, is it's how should I say? Uh, we're not a great. If you were an alien and you showed up here, you'd be like, people are really violent. They are working. They don't take time for themselves. Look at the news. They play rough and violent games. They're killers. We're killers, really. We kill everything. If you want to eat, you got to kill something. I mean, even the vegetables. I mean, you're killing the plants. You're cutting down the trees. You're killing the little animals. We got to expand. I'm putting my house here, so that means that bird's got to go. The wild animals that lived where you live right now are not there anymore. You may have a deer walk through your yard once in a while, or a squirrel. That's not the same animal that lived here, in your area a couple hundred years ago. Does that make it wrong? I don't think so, but that's just the way it is. And those animals had to go away. Those trees had to get cut down. That soil had to get plowed up. And of course, what do we replace it with? Buildings and houses and roads, things like that. Power plants and electricity and light poles. And wow, we've created our own little environment that I don't know why, but Oh, let's see. Okay. Fear sells the strong survive. Yes, fear sells strong survive. Anyway, I got some messages from Isby. I want to say to everybody that he is in the kind of nursing home or whatever. He's doing pretty good. Talked to me for a while. He was in pretty good spirits at the time. He said he was tired. He tries to catch the show, but please go and send Isby some good healing energy. He needs it. He's had a lot of bad things happen to him, breaking his femur and stuff like that. Whatever. But yeah, he'd like your healing energy, if nothing else. If you got his phone number, give him a call. Talk to him for a while. He probably could like to have some conversation. Pearl Jones is in the house. There you go. Anyway, okay. We're going to start out with this. Where did I put that one? That was the one I want to start out with. The meaning of, no, not that one. I get to talking with you guys, and then I forget what I'm doing here. Nazarene system. Oh, it's got to be this marker. The secret doctrine taught by Jesus. Now, doesn't that sound good? Now, Jesus probably was an alien. Should have my Jesus was an alien shirt on tonight. Okay. Now, our augmentation, Peter, therefore, had an even thing. It says religious romance. That's what they're talking about. The God of the Jews and the Father of Jesus. At best, it would be to demonstrate that Peter had remained from the first to the last an apostle of circumcision. That kind of was the thing of the Jews, wasn't it? A Jew faithful to his old law and a defender of the Old Testament. The conversation proves, moreover, the weakness of the cause he defends. For we see in the apostle a man who, although he is most intimate, has intimate relations with Jesus, can furnish us nothing in the way of direct proof that he ever thought of teaching that the all-wise and all-good paternity he preached was the more so and revengeful thunder of Mount Sinai. But what? To prove it again, our assertion that there was a secret doctrine preached by Jesus to few who were deemed worthy to become its recipients and custodians. And Peter said, we remember that our Lord and teacher, as commanding, said to us, guard the mysteries for me and the sons of my house. Therefore, also he explains it to his disciples privately and mysteries of the kingdoms of heaven. So there you go again. There was secrets that he had, that he gave, that he told, tell no one. Why is that? If he was there to spread the word, why would he not spread all the word? Was there something he was hiding? Or maybe they were all hiding something. Maybe it was all made up. It is so confusing. Was Jesus circumcised? Good question. You ever ask yourself that? He was a Jew. Was he? We know he was baptized according to the book. Oh, Elderberry, Al had surgery today. Send prayers for speedy recovery. Oh, yeah. Send Big Al some prayers and send him some healing too. Wow. So anyway, yeah, he was getting his rotator cuff done or something like that. Oh, yeah, here we go. With Blavatsky's most popular theory of man becoming a denser over more time may be true in a certain way, with the atmosphere being different. And that's for sure. I can tell you by reading a lot of history that man has changed. We are so much weaker. Anyway, yeah, so we are weaker. People back then had a tough mind. Not only their mind was tough, Their spirit was tough. Their body was tough. Something would happen. They would slice off their own arm and then keep right on working. Women would go out into the fields and, be working in the field and have a baby right there, take a 5-minute break and come right back and keep right on working. I mean, that's tough. Today, of course, a lot of women died in childbirth too, but for the most part, yes, Michelle says hardy stock. Yes, hardy stock. They were very hardy. You got to remember, back in the day, the weak didn't survive. Only the hardy survived. We have all these cases of things like diabetes and weak hearts and diseases and things. All of that stuff was eliminated back then, only because when somebody had diabetes, they just died. There was no insulin shots, and there was no dialysis for their kidneys if they went bad. And if you got sick, you died, and that was it. You got pneumonia. Oh, your time is up, buddy. They had witch doctor kind of things where, like, the Indians would go and they would try to scream and yell and pound drums in front of you, to scare out the sickness, scare it away from you. The white man had that thing of bloodletting. So when you were weak and you were half dead, they would cut you and bleed some of that bad blood out of you so that good blood would make you better. Does that make any sense at all? I'm really weak, but you're going to bleed some of my blood out of me because it might be tainted. Tainted with what? Bad spirits, evil demons, or something? What kind of craziness is that? And there is Amber Dawn. Thank you for coming. I hope you and your mother are feeling much better. Miss Amber and her mother were down under the weather for a little while. So I was sending out healing energy to you and your mother because nobody wants to see anybody sick. I'll tell you that. So there we go. And I'm drinking kombucha. Kombucha. I hope that's how you say it, kombucha. But anyway, this stuff is wonderful. Did you know that back in the day that stuff like this was very popular to drink fermented stuff from wine, alcohol, beer? Why did they drink so much beer? Is because water could kill you. And anything that was fermented, like wine or beer or such and such, was made healthy again because it was fermented. So drink up some of that fermented water because the real stuff will kill you. I guess that's a good way to say it. Okay, let's get on to, I guess there's not much in here now. Cushion and Spites, I'm scanning a lot of this stuff. Okay, now we're going to move down to Jesus never claimed to be God. Blavatsky's words here. It is the most suggestive fact that there is not a word in the so-called sacred scriptures to show that Jesus is actually regarded as a god by his disciples. Go figure. Neither before nor after his death did he pay him divine honors. Their relation to him was only that of disciples and master, by which name they addressed him, as the followers of Pythagoras and Plato addressed their respective masters before them. Whatever words may have ever been put into the mouths of Jesus, Peter, John, Paul, and others, there is not a single act of adoration recorded on their part, nor did Jesus himself ever declare his identity with his Father. He accused the Pharisees of stoning their prophets, not of a deceit. He termed himself the Son of God, but took care to assert repeatedly that they were all children of God, who was the heavenly Father of all. In preaching this, he but repeated a doctrine taught ages earlier by Hermes, Plato, and other philosophers. Strange contradiction. Jesus, whom we are asked to worship as the one living God, is found immediately after the resurrection, saying to Mary Magdalene, I am not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God. Well, see, he was just like regular human being, and well, let's say he was just a ghost. He was, talking as a ghostly figure. But anyhow, oh, let's see, what do we got going on, Jagger? There were black-headed men and the monkey men before us. Oh, yes, the black-headed men. Black-headed men and the monkey men before us. Yes, there was definitely civilizations here before us. All this stuff is just passed down from one to the other. I just bought an interesting book, Valanthor's. Oh, yeah. Valanthor. Who hasn't heard of Valanthor? I love Valanthor. Book of Real. How to Live Long and Prosper. Haven't yet opened it. Well, you just read that up, Elderberry. Just read it up. It sounds awesome and exciting. Pass it on. I'll send you a book. You send me one, I'll send you one. I got lots of books here. Anyway. Cool, very same book. I like the name of the book. Okay, but anyway. Sorry. Let's see. So it goes on. It says, does this look like did he identify himself with the Father? My Father and your Father, my God and your God, implies on his part to desire to be considered on the perfect equality with his brethren, nothing more. See, that's the thing. It just does. He says, I'm just like you, but some way or another, we twisted it. The church has twisted it. Religion has twisted it. And then people believe it. And if they question you, you just go, you're supposed to go, yeah, I think you're right. Because if I question it, you'll throw me out. The heretics agree with us respecting the beginnings of all things. They say there's not one Christ, but above and other below. And his last formerly dwell in many. But the Jesus that the one they say is from God is another. They call him a spirit. The spirit is the Christos, the messenger of life, who is sometimes called the angel Gabriel. In Hebrew, the mighty one of God, and who took with the Gnostics the place of the Logos, while the Holy Spirit was considered life with the sect of the Nazarenes through the spiritus of the Holy Ghost. I don't like the Holy Ghost and Spirit thing. That always confuses me. Had less honor, while nearly every Gnostic sect considered it a female power. So back in the day, they considered it the Spirit thing and the Holy Ghost as a female. See, that's where they get the feminine from. But how many of you have ever been taught that that's the feminine part? None. I'm sure. Anyway, whether they called the Sophia, the divine intellect, we're going to have a show on that about this weekend. Ryan Serio is going to be joining us this weekend, along with Trina, I hope, and we're going to be doing the show on the Sophia and divine intellect. Okay, the Nazarene sect. It was the female spiritus, the astral light, the genix of all things of matter. The chaos in its evil aspect made the tribio by the demiurge at the creation of man. It was the light on the side of the Father, and it was the light on the side of the Mother. And this is the twofold man, says the Sohar. That day, the last one, will perish the 7 badly disposed stellars, also the sons of man, who have confessed the spirits of the Messiah, the Deus, and the mother of the Spiritus shall perish. And I bet you that's the end of the earth. But anyway, so they come up with, or she's coming up with this as the feminine side. The Father is just the light material. Yeah, it was the light on the side of the Father. It was the light material on the side of the Mother. Oh, so the Mother is the light material and the Father is just the light. Oh. Anyway, Jesus forced and illustrated his doctrines with signs and wonders as if they lay aside and claims advanced on his behalf as defilers. Well, go figure. And he did but the Kabbalists did blah, blah, blah. 2 centuries and sources of prophecy have been completely dried up. And from this stagnation of public miracles has originated in skepticism. Yeah, you performed miracles 2,000 years ago. Of course, those beliefs are going to dry up. Says describing the heresies in those days. Blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm saying. It says here, there was a mathematical error of which the Poetus writer explains led sequentially to the discovery of the heretic system. Erroneous. I can come up with all these big words, don't they? It may still be and forgotten since the days of another magician who taught it, Pythagoras. Thus, the wonders of healing and the thasmus of Jesus, which he imparted to his followers, shows that they were learning in their daily communication with him the theory and the practice of new ethics day by day, and in the familiar intercourse of intimate friendship, their faith was progressively developed like that of the neophytes, simultaneously with the increasing of knowledge. We must bear in mind that Josephus, who is certainly must have been well informed on the subject, calls the skill of expelling demons a science. This growth of faith is conspicuously shown in the case of Peter, who, from having lacked enough faith to support him while he could walk on the water from the boat to his master, at least became so expert of Phagmulus that Simon Magus is said to have offered him money to teach him the secret of healing and the other wonders. So see, they had some kind of secret going on. Oh yeah, they had these secrets, and they're not telling you. That's the whole problem of it. They have the secrets, and somebody's paying somebody. And times may change, but people don't. All I'm saying is somebody's passing those secrets down, and somebody's paying the money. It ain't you or me, because we don't have that much money now, do we? Oh, but anyway, they're describing light positive. Oh, I like this. Thanks, Max. Oops, that one. Okay. They're describing light positive, negative, male and female odds. Okay, and Amber, thank you. Adam and Eve, the positive and the negative, the force within you. Like that. Let's see what else here. Mark the Spark Arc, thank you for coming. Ray of Thought 24. Yeah, that's it. Ray of Thought 24. That's a good thought. Anyway, doing well. Okay, good deal. Sorry, I'm reading the comments. I'm trying to do 2 things at once. But anyway, let's see. Neither such and such or any of the works of the apostles is anything to show that either of his friends and followers regarded Jesus as anything more than a prophet. The idea is as clearly established in the Clementines, okay, except that too much room is afforded to Peter to establish the identity of the Mosaic God and the Father of Jesus. The whole work is devoted to monotheism. The author seems to be bitter against polytheism as against the claim to the divinity of Christ. He seems to be utterly ignorant of the Logos, and his speculation is confirmed to Sophia, the Gnostic wisdom. There is no trace in it of a hypostatic trinity, but the same overshadowing of the Gnostic wisdom. Christos and Sophia is attributed in the case of Jesus as it is in those of Adam, Enoch, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Moses. These personages are all placed on one level and called true prophets and the seven pillars of the world. More than that, Peter vehemently denies the fall of Adam, and with him the doctrine of atonement as taught by Christian theology falls to the ground. Peter's theory of sin is that the Jewish Kabbalist, and even in certain way Platonic Adam, not only never sinned, but as a true prophet possessed of the Spirit of God, which afterwards was in Jesus, who could not sin. In short, the whole of the work exhibits the belief of the author of the Kabbalic doctrine of premonition. The Kabbalah teaches that the doctrine of a transmigration of the spirit, Moshe, is the revolution of Seth and Hebel. Never heard of Hebel, whatever his name is. Max G is in the house. Thank you for coming. I got a full house tonight. Oh man, it's good to be live with you all. I tell you that. Pearl Jones, I hope you're doing good. Amber, thank you for coming tonight. Oh yeah, feel changing back to thought instead of thought. It is fun to change things up. Yes, it is fun to change things up. Because you get to know one person by one name. It's kind of like having a CB handle, isn't it? It's kind of fun. At one time I was Shoestring. Then I was when I was a little kid, I was known as Little Grasshopper. Then I got older and I was known as Shoestring. And that was my CB handle. Anyway, so what did we learn by all of this? We're learning that, the Sophia, the feminine, and it says here that, these guys, Adam, Enoch, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Moses were all considered prophets, which, I could give them that. Yes. But anyway, they were kind of considered prophets. And I get that. And I think if Jesus did exist, he would have probably been a prophet too, because he never really came out and said, hey, I'm the Messiah, I am this, I'm that, I'm here to do all this bull crap. But, if you just go by the words that they're saying that he said, I'm not even saying he existed, but I'm saying if you go by the words that he said, he says, I'm the Son of Man. Well, but then he says, you're the children of man, which means that in the plural form, we're all the sons and daughters of the Father. Well, and he's a man's son, and so that doesn't really make him any different. I swear he was just using tricks, and then he was saying that he taught Peter these tricks. He taught Peter these magical, mystical ways to heal people, to do things. And then other people were this Simon guy was trying to pay Peter to teach him the secrets. Apparently all the disciples knew the secrets, or at least some of them. And I think the Jesus character was trying to teach them too, if he existed. And, one base. Yeah, I still have one base station. Oh, yeah, I got to get this. Yeah. I still have one base station and 3 CB radios for the Great Reset. That didn't happen. Yeah, I got some CB radio. Still to this day, I still put a CB in my vehicle. every vehicle I usually get, I put a CB in there. So Breaker 19, boys and girls, I'll be heading down the road someday. I can see it now, coming through Arkansas or Texas or something. Breaker 19 is Chloe out there. But no, that's kind of the way it goes. And it'll be Lucky Stone. I don't think I'll ever go out east though. Going out east just scares me. I'd have to take a train or something. Just too many people and too many cars. After you get spoiled of being out west where there's like one car every mile or something, you just get spoiled. Deborah Sloan is in the house. Yes. But anyway, I have the CBs and the mobile antennas in storage. Yes. I got them in storage too. I used to have piles of them. It seemed like they burnt out all the time. I got the big Cobra 29 right now in the truck. Works pretty good. Pretty good. I got one of those big giant whip antennas on top of the truck too. And every time you go through the drive-through, it knocks it over. Ting, ting. You can hear it up there. Ting, 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 ting. 10-4, good buddy. Yeah, we could all have our little handles. If the CB radio would just go a little longer, we'd be out there going, everybody have their little code, and be like, Amber Dawn, calling Amber Dawn, Breaker 19. Pa Joe, 10-4, Smokey's out your door. I just love doing that stuff. Where I got it was back in the day, and they sang them songs, like, Convoy. And where did I get off on this stuff? We're supposed to be talking about something else, but anyway, they had them shows like Convoy and Dukes of Hazzard, and oh my gosh, they always had the CB radio, and you got Daisy on there. Luke, Duke, she's on there. Help! Those were such good ones. Or Smokey and the Bandit. They used CBs in that movie quite a bit too. It was one of those good CB movies. I'm just, makes me want to go back and watch it. Smokey and the Bandit. Yeah, that was a good movie. I like that movie. 1 and 2 were good. By the time it got to the number 3 one, got a little crazy there. 3 and after the third one, it was pretty bad. But who doesn't like a good car movie? There was a lot of good car movies. Okay, let's see. Let's finish this up here. It says, God's Son is the immortal spirit assigned to every human being. It is the divine entity, which is the only man for the casket which contains our soul, and the soul itself are but half entities, and without its overshadowing both body and astral soul, the two are but an animal. It requires a trinity to form the complete man and allow him to remain immortal at every rebirth and every revolution. Throughout the substance and ascending spheres, every one of which brings him nearer to the realm of eternal and absolute light. I kind of like that part. Yeah, the Milky Way convoy. We could have, we could have us all together, because we all kind of have little code words. That's the one thing about YouTube. You get in there and you can put your real name, or you can, have a funny little other name, whatever. Did you know that John Schneider's got a movie he made? I got it on the shelf here somewhere. I bought it. But look up John Schneider. He made a movie. It's all cars racing around, talking on your CBs. It's pretty cool. But anyway, this time he's driving a Dodge Charger or something like that, a newer one. He even does a jump. It's pretty cool. Okay, Max says, right, the birth, death, and resurrection. Yeah, they got it all in here. God's Son, the immortal spirit. See, and it says the divine entity, which is only man. And this bodysuit is our casket, which contains our soul and our soul itself. Like, it's the both the body and the soul are inside of us. And this is just our temporary, thing. Oh, CB nostalgia. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I think CB radio nostalgia video would never get tagged by YouTube, and AI might promote it for being new and different. I like it. Maybe I should just do one on CB's one of these days. Birth, death, resurrection, spiritual evolution. Yes. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Birth, death, resurrection equals spiritual evolution. I like that. Who's right on with the evolution thing? I mean, I want to evolve, but I think humans have to do the work to evolve. Yes, I think we all want to evolve. Who doesn't? I mean, it'd be like spinning your wheels and going nowhere. We want to go forward all the time and be more than we are. And I think we are more than we are. I think Amber, you're one of those people that show us more than anybody that we are more than we actually are. I mean, you are so in tune with everything around you. You can you can feel other people's emotions. You feel the spirits. You can do all those things. I don't even know how to describe it, but you are one of those people that is more than you actually are. Your physical form, you're more than that. Yes, I mean, I know, like Lucky, you're more than you are too. You have abilities. You've utilized those things. Uh, and yes, unfortunately, yes. But really, Amber, you're special that way. That is like your superpower. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, maybe it's one you don't understand, or maybe it creates a lot of turmoil in your life but because you don't, everybody else isn't trying to be a Superman, and you're naturally one. You see what I'm trying to say? Is you have these abilities and they come easier to you, and to everybody else they ignore them, or they shut them up. They put a lock and key on, and they throw them to the side and say, I'm just going to be normal and I'm going to be just like everybody else, like society tells me I should be. And I really don't think anybody should be like society tells you should be. You should live your own life. You should embrace your powers. Become that super person. Yes, it's a lonely path. I agree. It's going to be a lonely path. That's why when you get on that path, finding another super person to be with, so that you wouldn't be lonely like that, is probably very difficult, because who's going to understand how you're feeling and things like that? I mean, what you're doing. But with great power comes great responsibility, doesn't it? All I can say is, Chloe, I think you got power, too. It's built up in you. You have that perception. Your superpower. What is? Everybody probably has some superpower. Yes, Mark the Ark. I love that. They refuse to acknowledge them. And I think you're right. Right on. You're spot on. You refuse to acknowledge your powers. And I can say that myself. Sometimes I want to do something, and I want to like I got my new rods, but I can't get them to work. They just don't want to work right. And to this day, I can't get them to do anything. And I want them to work. I've slept with them. I've carried them with me. I've done all kinds of things. Look at, they're just moving. Or are they not moving? I can't get them to do anything. And maybe I'm just doing them wrong. I don't know. But I want them to work, you know? See, but they ain't doing it. Oh, there you go. That's one. I don't know if it's me or not. Oh, okay. They're just kind of there. Oh, let's see. We all have our own Yes, we have our own superpowers. We got to acknowledge them. We got to perfect them, especially in this day and time. You know, I want to really learn how to use these things. I really do. And they just don't seem to be working so good for me. But anyhow, um, and the day has gone by. Remember, we're going to be on Saturday night. We're going to have Ryan Serio on, and hopefully Trina. And tomorrow night I'll be on too. You know what? I think tomorrow night we're going to do something really special, and we're going to do some call-ins. I'm going to put the call-in number, and I think I have to do a late night live stream. Late. Okay, Pearl. But anyway, maybe tomorrow we'll have a call-in. See what everybody else is thinking. Maybe we'll just do that. You can come in and talk about your CB handle. I don't care. But we'll have a discussion. Tomorrow, call it. We'll call it Call-In Friday. There we go. Vibe with the Soul Tribe. Call it in, right? That's right. You inspired me with the CB thing. So we're going to have a Breaker 19 Call It In show. That's what we're going to do. We can talk about any subject you want. Keep it straightforward or what. But anyway, let's see. From my perspective, I like this too. You guys I have the most brilliant audience ever. From my perspective, everyone plays a role in each other's evolution. Even those that are not ready to evolve play a role in your evolution. We each create opportunities. So well said. That is right on. Right on. Wow. So that what's that he's saying that if I start evolving, I'm going to bring you along in my wake. I'm going to help you, and you're going to help me. And that's kind of it. We all got to work together. And there's Mary wins. Oh, Mary, quite contrary. We win all the time, right? Amber, we have a thought about doing a remote view class. Yes, do the remote view class. Okay, there you go. But anyway, we all got to work together, be strong, try to evolve, learn how to use those darn rods that I got, and don't poke yourself in the eye. I still got to learn how to work them. Anybody got any good suggestions? Let me know, because I really want to learn how to use those. I got those other things. I got the little pendulum thing too and this I'm better at. I got one of these, and then I got the board, and I can do the thing, and then we'll have to do that. I know Amber can do that, and this works for me. I can do this thing, and this works. But the rods, I just am not having any luck with. So much for that. And I even got the big crystal. I got the big crystal sitting here with me. That Grandpa. Oops. Drop it. Gotta be careful with the crystal. Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Amber. Yours don't cooperate either. But anyway, I got the big crystal. I got that sitting on my desk here to give me energy. The amethyst. This is my favorite color, too. I don't know how Grandpa Brian knew that, but that is my favorite color. Even though the enlightened teaches lessons in enlightenment, you stop judging others about their spiritual faith. Good one. Okay. Anyway, okay. Well, we're going to wrap this up. It's getting to be 1 hour. So go look at this book here. Read all you want. Check it out. Maybe they got it at the library. Get your own. They probably got some PDFs out there somewhere. We're going to read up on that more. Remember, tomorrow night, vibe with the tribe. We're going to call you in, put the number out there. Hopefully you don't get some prank callers or some wackos or something like that. We're going to just make it a good, fun show. Talk about anything under the sun, even CB radios. So with that, remember, go out, be the frequency you want to receive, everybody. Love you all. See you next time. See you tomorrow night. Peace, everybody.